#1 since 1998 on television, ESPN Radio, and the World Wide Web. This is the Pro Wrestling Report with your hosts, the man they call Meathead, Frank Cosentino, and Damian Nelson. Professional wrestling news, opinion, and information from fans for fans.
Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive. Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Octavius Herro. And it's all about your emails. Thank you very much for those of you who sent your emails over via PWRshow.com, our extravagant website. So feel free to hop on over, check that out, send any one of us an email, and we'll try to get to your question on air. And thank you for your patience. The following people whose emails we're now going to answer. First, this comes from Ben Basri from Goshen, New York, who asks this: why isn't Owen Hart, Yokozuna, Big Boss Man, etc. not in the Hall of Fame yet? They deserve to be in it. They helped pave the way for WWE. They should have been inducted right away the night before WrestleMania. They deserve it. Literally, Ben's a little passionate about these people going into
he's saying it.
Into the Hall of Fame.
You know, Yokozuna is one of the names that you don't really think about.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. I mean, all three of those guys will eventually get there. I'm guessing Owen will go in at a Canadian WrestleMania. I think Yoko is a year away as well.
Yokozuna, right? Not Ono?
No, Yokozuna. Absolutely. Big Boss Man, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in next year, you know, in Atlanta.
I think the posthumous ones are a little difficult after they've passed, because then you got to figure out
Eddie
who's going to
Guerrero
accept
pretty
it.
quick.
No. I mean, as far as the logistics of it, who's going to accept? You know, is there heat there or any of that stuff? So, I think it makes a lot of sense if they were to do Owen along with rumored to be Stu Hart this year.
And it could very well be. But Mad Dog Vachon's going in this year.
Hot news.
It's
Thank
about
you.
time more AWA guys get in there.
What was the last one? Vern, huh?
Vern,
No,
the Blackjacks.
Blackjacks last year, yeah.
Vern, Nick Bockwinkel. They need to get the Crusher in there.
Mean Gene, he's an AWA guy. Technically, Hogan's an AWA guy.
Oh, right. But I'm saying the guys that ended their careers there.
Apparently, the Ultimate Warrior turned down his invitation. Firstly, I'm surprised if he actually did get an invitation. Secondly, it's probably better for everybody if he did turn it down.
Why?
He's a bit of a loose cannon.
Hey, if the
And
money
he's
was
not a
right,
happy man.
If the money was right, he would have been there.
Live Mike, Ultimate Warrior.
That's what they paid
Live
to see.
WWE Mike. Yeah, that's true.
That's what they paid to see.
But is there anybody there who would be receptive to him at all?
No, but he would sell a lot of tickets.
That is true. That is true.
It's all about selling.
You think he'd wear a tux with the tassels on him
with the no-pest strips?
in the
Yeah.
face? Thank you, Ben, for that email from out in New York. Let's go now to an email from Griff Walker. Griff comes from Cherryville, North Carolina, and Griff says this:
What's the smirk for?
do you think Pope D'Angelo De Niro is going to be the next Ric Flair? Every time I watch him on the mic, I see Flair back in the NWA and WCW days.
No, you don't.
By the way, I love the show and laugh my butt off every show. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Griff Walker, for that email.
Let me say this about Ric Flair. He never had to say, como se dice, dick, to get over. All right? He didn't need that. He didn't need the little cheap, funny ha-ha things. You know what? The Pope has a great gift on the mic. He's very entertaining. But it's insulting for someone to say the next Ric Flair.
What about, well, if you're the next anybody, you're the next nobody. You can be the new somebody.
Right.
I've made that point.
There's no way, and I hate to keep using the Pope for this,
Well, it was
that he will ever have a career like Ric Flair.
Now,
And
some
then
people...
you know, I mean, take out the marriages and everything else, but as far as a wrestling career, Ric Flair is, you know, it's second to none.
There is one person, though, that many people have compared the Pope to, and he is...
Dusty Rhodes. That's fine. I can accept that.
Until I heard it, I did not see it.
But
now
Dusty
that I've
Rhodes
heard
was
it-
a gimmick.
Yeah.
So fine.
And a great
The
one at
Pope is
that,
a
by the
gimmick.
way, guys. A
And
very
the-
successful one at that.
You know, but to say he's the next Ric Flair or the next Rock, forget it.
Could it be the new Ric Flair or the new Rock?
He could be the new Pope.
Griff Walker from Greenville, North
Realize
Carolina.
what you're saying. You're putting
Cherryville,
Ric
rather.
Flair in the same breath with a guy who is now just finally coming into his own.
But I think what Griff is looking at is not where he is now, but the potential down the road, which no one can predict.
Well, no one, but he's not the next Ric Flair.
Let's go over to the United Kingdom now, and this next email comes from Tinny, who says, why is it that guys like R-Truth always get pushed when better superstars, such as MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Cody Rhodes, and Evan Bourne, are left behind in the mid-card? I mean, all four have better skills on the mic than R-Truth, and to be honest, if pushed right, could be better in every other area. R-Truth has picked up wins over Punk and Jericho when guys like Evan, Shelton, and MVP are made the job, and even Cody did pick up a win over Orton. The way he jobbed to Cena meant that win really meant nothing. You're not even going to...
No! It's a real simple answer.
What's up?
No. What show is R-Truth on?
SmackDown.
And what show are the other four guys on?
Raw.
Okay.
Well, no, Shelton's on SmackDown. Well, they were on ECW. Shelton was the only one on ECW. They also
Take Shelton Benjamin out of the equation. Everyone else is on Raw, where they have a glass ceiling. Okay? They're not going to get above Triple H, John Cena, Shawn Michaels.
Sheamus did.
And you know what?
About a minute.
But they were trying something different.
Yeah.
Okay? R-Truth, he doesn't have as much competition on SmackDown. That's why.
All right. Good point. Good
You
point.
all ready?
No. That was not that all right. That was the all right.
Okay.
That was a good all right. Thank you for that email from over the United Kingdom, Tenny. Let's go on to our next email, David Herro, which comes from, let's go to Sam Sabiri, who sends us in, who says, would you guys rather Mr. McMahon, Paulie dangerously, or Jim Cornette? I'm sorry, let me start again. Would you guys agree that Mr. McMahon, Paulie dangerously, and Jim Cornette are the smartest people in wrestling history? If not, who would you take off that list and who would you add?
I'd say smartest.
Let's define smart first. I'd imagine that he's equating smart to
Creative?
creative, yes. That's what I would imagine this means. Not to put words in your mouth, Sam, but that's what I would imagine.
I mean, I guess you have to say those three.
Bischoff included or no?
No.
Three totally different perspectives, though. McMahon, money. Paul Heyman, extreme, new, innovation. Jim Cornette, tradition, wrestling, professional wrestling. So it's really difficult to compare the three as far as on parallel lines, but you can compare their creativity and their smartness for the wrestling business as they see it should be. And I would say that if we were to add a name, I would put Eric Bischoff on there. He really did revolutionize professional wrestling. He guided the revolution of professional wrestling by putting WCW Nitro in the place up against Raw and then raiding all of the recognized names from WWE and causing WWE. Causing WWE, it was an approach no one had ever taken before. Causing
Vince did it.
Well, not on such a scale.
He did.
Causing WWE to ultimately enact the Attitude Era and change their product.
Vince raided all the territories.
He absolutely did. And then he got raided.
And right. But Bischoff stole the NWO from Japan.
Well, he disputes that.
Wow. Let the history books be,
Where can you buy this history book? I've been trying to get my hands on one. I've tried
eBay,
eBay, Amazon.
I will write it for you.
Ooh, yeah.
And then we'll sell it.
Will you sign it too?
Absolutely. By the way, we still have Bobby Heenan books.
Those are available at PWRshow.com and
Autographed
BoozerBrawl.com,
Bobby
I believe.
Heenan.
And I think you also get a DVD, which includes some interviews with Bobby that you can't get anywhere else, and also the proclamation of Bobby the Brain Heenan Day here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, one of Bobby's latest appearances. So thank you for that email, Sam Sabiri. And let's go to New Zealand. How do you feel about that? It's a long flight, but worth the trip.
I love the Bushwhackers.
John Cook sends us in. I was wondering if you would share your thoughts on where you think WWE is going with the Shawn Michaels storyline. Personally, I'm loving the angle and really think it could be a good payoff at WrestleMania. On a side note, I think the show is like The Miz. Pure awesome.
Absolutely, the show is awesome. Shawn Michaels is going to retire. It's done.
Career done.
career.
Streak's more important than the career of Shawn Michaels.
Absolutely. Because Shawn Michaels already ended another career slash
That'd be
streak.
that of Ric
Flair. Yes.
Ric Flair? Ric Flair?
Ric Flair. Or as the Pope calls him, Dick. That's your guy. You love the Pope, and you think that stuff's kind of funny because you chuckle at it.
I don't like the tone here.
You know, all the main stars.
I am not the one who attacked you for your comments on the Pope.
Listen,
I challenged you on
listen.
air because I disagreed, but
all the big stars could put their hand to their ear to get a crowd reaction. Some would raise an eyebrow. Some would go woo. Yeah, one guy gave the middle finger, but no one ever talked about another man's genitalia before.
The Rock certainly did.
He talked about his own.
You remember the "This Is Your Life" Poontang Pie?
Yeah,
And Jesse and Jerry Lawler's reaction to it, laughing hysterically at ringside. Those were the good old days. Can we just reflect for a minute?
yes. That was good stuff.
Thank you for that email, John Cook from New Zealand, and thank you for tuning in to today's edition of the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive. And we remind you, come on over to pwrshow.com to send us your email. You can use the Contact Us link and send an email to whomever you choose at pwrshow.com, and we will put them in the queue and try to get to all the emails we can here in this program. Only so much TV time available for us to do this. We want to answer all the emails, but we're increasing our intern staff. Since Cal's been discovered, we
Yeah.
gotta
You
make
know
some
what?
changes.
And all these third-party, requests to have him go to these different nightclubs and stuff. He's not old enough. Okay. Yeah. The money is great that they're offering.
Did the Miz do the nightclub tour? Once you leave the real world, generally you do
he
the
did.
nightclub
Absolutely,
tour.
he did.
Was he ever here at Heaven Ice?
I don't know.
I think he was.
Yeah, but Cal's not old enough for the tours yet. Okay, guys.
2 years. Come back. 1 year. No seat for you. Seinfeld, I forgot you don't
That's
watch.
the only guy I know. He's a suit Nazi.
Thank you for tuning in to today's edition of the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive. We'll be back again with another special edition.